How about them Chicago Bears? The Chicago Bears started the season 1-0 after an upset victory at Soldier Field against the San Francisco 49ers in a wet and sloppy game, but a game in which the Bears completely took over in the second half. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another post-game reaction video, which I'll be doing after every single Bears game this year, win or lose. If you guys want my thoughts, my analysis on what happened in each game, definitely be sure to subscribe to my channel. But guys, what a victory. Okay, what a way to start out the new era with Ryan Poles, with Matt Eberflus, with basically a brand new roster. Okay, to get a win at home against a Super Bowl contending team. Okay, because the media crowned the Niners as a contending team this year with a much better roster on paper than the Bears. I mean, the betting odds were heavily in the favor of the 49ers, but the Chicago Bears still won this game by 9 points. Okay, a game in which nobody, absolutely nobody besides us Bears fans picked us to win. So it feels so damn good to laugh in the faces of so many different people. I mean, I have people in my comment section calling me crazy for thinking the Bears had a chance to stay in this game, let alone actually win it by 9 points, but they won it. So suck it, losers. Okay, all the people in my comment section calling me stupid. Where are you guys at? Okay, you guys are probably not even watching this video because you're crying in the corner or something. And this goes out to the media as well, guys. I mean, because the media crowned this Bears team as one of the, well, I wouldn't say crowned, but they labeled this Bears team as one of the worst teams in NFL history. Okay, I saw people saying this Bears team would win 0 games even maybe throughout the season, which was absolutely insane. It was a narrative that the media spread just because it chose the Bears to hate on for some reason this year. But I told you guys the entire year, this Bears team has more talent than people think. I mean, I picked the team to go 8-9 this year, which again, a lot of people thought was absolutely crazy, but you guys saw why I did that, right? Because we have some talent on this team and we are a well-coached football team for the first time in like a long time, okay? But let me talk about this game, guys. Okay, how did the Chicago Bears win this game? I'll talk about both the first half and the second half. Guys that I thought had good performances, guys that I thought had bad performances, and, you know, talking about some plays overall. But let me start by talking about the first half, and that was an ugly first half of football by the Chicago Bears offense. Okay, it reminded me of the Matt Nagy years where there was virtually nothing we could get going down the field. Okay, it kind of felt like that Browns game where we couldn't do anything. Okay, we couldn't move the ball, we couldn't run the ball, we couldn't pass protect. Justin Fields was playing pretty poorly also in the first half, which I'm a big Justin Fields fan, guys, so I'm going to be hard on him when I feel like he doesn't play well. And in the first half, he did not play well at all. He did not play up to his potential. Okay, he was holding onto the football a little bit too long. He threw a really bad pick in the middle of the field straight to the linebacker, which I'm not really sure what happened on that play. He was a little bit inaccurate with the football overall in that first half, which, you know, I've seen him be much better than this. That's why I'm criticizing him for how he played in the first half. Okay, it was not good, but the rest of the offense also was not good, like I mentioned. Okay, offensive line really did struggle in run blocking and also in pass protection. Braxton Jones, the rookie, had a couple rookie moments in the first half going up against Nick Bosa. He allowed a sack at one point, but again, he is a rookie guy, so he's going to have to go through these struggles, these learning moments, and they're going to happen, okay, going up against a strong defensive line like the 49ers. So not a good first half by the offensive line, not a good first half by Justin Fields, and the receivers also were basically non-existent in the first half. But I will say that Luke Getsy called a very conservative game plan in that first half. It was a whole bunch of runs on first down, on second down, even some on third down. And I feel like that was done to protect Justin Fields in this game, to not have him in situations where he's taking sacks every other play like he did in that Browns game, for example. So I do appreciate him trying to help out Justin Fields that way, but it was a little bit too conservative at times, okay? We were just not even trying to pass the ball down the field. And if you don't try to pass the ball, you're obviously not going to be successful in getting big plays going down the field. We had a couple screen passes in there too, which basically went nowhere because, again, the blocking effort wasn't that good, but also the Niners knew we were going to run the football basically every other play, so they were stacking the box, and there was very little the Bears running backs or tight ends could do on those runs or on those screens because you had guys swarming to you almost immediately. So there wasn't much of an effort the Bears put up in that first half on the offensive side of the football. David Montgomery also looked pretty rough. He had 17 carries in this game for 26 total yards. 1.5 yards per carry, but I will say the run blocking effort was not good in this game, both on the inside plays and on the outside stretching plays, so that made it tougher for Monty. But Khalil Herbert, the second-year player, had a better game than Monty behind the same offensive line, basically, right? Like, Herbert had 9 carries for 45 rushing yards for an average of 5.0 yards per carry. He had a touchdown also in the second half. And I'm not trying to say this means that Herbert is all of a sudden RB1 now, but you do have to admit today he looked better than Montgomery did. Okay, no disrespect to David Montgomery. I still think it's going to be a beast and still a big part of this offense. But today it was definitely Herbert's time to shine, okay? And that ended up winning us the game in the second half. But again, talking about the first half, okay, we didn't get anything going at all, okay? 0 points, very little offensive yards, and it looked like a complete clown show, okay? A complete shit show. But the defense kept us in this game, okay? Even though we kept on going 3 and out or, you know, making dumb mistakes like that interception that Justin Fields had, we only allowed 7 total points in that first half against a pretty stacked 49ers offense. Okay, besides Trey Lance, you can make an argument the 49ers have one of the strongest offensive rosters in the NFL. They have Trent Williams, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Elijah Mitchell, who got injured but still played almost a half of football. They had George Kittle, who didn't play in this game, but regardless, the 49ers still have more than enough talent to be successful on offense, and they were not successful throughout the majority of this game. And in the first half, they did get a touchdown going against us. Deebo Samuel had a nice carry into the end zone, which he kind of trucked Eddie Jackson on, but Eddie Jackson bounced back with a nice pick, which I'll talk about in the second half. But the defense was the reason why this game was not a blowout in that first half, okay? Because our offense could sustain no drives whatsoever. Our defense was on the field for the majority of that first half, but still, even though they were tired, they put together stop after stop after stop, okay? Having solid tackling all around, swarming to the ball carrier, being pretty solid in coverage for the most part. I think it was Brisker got beat in that first half, which would have been a touchdown, but Trey Lance completely overthrew that ball. So we got a little bit lucky there. But aside from that play and maybe a few others, you know, our defense looked solid out there in coverage. Okay, we had guys sticking to their assignments. We had guys playing disciplined football. Again, really strong tackling effort. Like, guys were actually swarming up and wrapping up around their guy, not allowing much yards after contact. So really like the Bears' defensive performance, which kept us in this game in that first half. I want to talk about Dominique Robinson, guys, the 5th round rookie that we selected this year out of Miami of Ohio. He had a nice sack in that first half against Trey Lance, and I believe he was matched up against Trent Williams on that play. He actually talked about this in his post-game press conference, that he saw something on film where I forgot what the exact details of it were, but he saw like something in his footwork which, you know, helped him beat him on that play, which I love to see that, guys, out of a rookie, okay? Going up against one of the best left tackles in football and, you know, using something in film to your advantage, okay? That's something a veteran would do, and we're getting that from a first-year player, which is absolutely insane. So Ryan Poles might have found a gem with this pass rusher that has barely even played this position at this point in his life, okay? He's only played defensive end for, like, I think 3 years now. He used to be a receiver early on, so still has a lot to learn, but he's strong first game with the Chicago Bears in the NFL. So that is the first half, guys. Pretty ugly football on offense, pretty good football on defense. But talking about the second half now, it was a completely different story on the offensive side of the football. The defense still was basically the same, okay? The defense was solid throughout this entire game, but the offense put together 3 touchdowns, okay, in one half of football against a really strong defensive line, a very strong defense overall. And Justin Fields started this out with a play in which he extended the play, rolled out to his left, and I thought nobody was open on that play, but on the other side of the football field, because of like how much attention Fields drew and also David Montgomery on that play, it was cutting inside. Dante Pettis was left wide freaking open on that right side of the field, and Justin Fields hit him for, I think it was a 51-yard touchdown pass that completely jump-started the Bears offense, okay? Because before that point, we could not even complete like a basic 5-yard out route or like a slant. We couldn't do anything in the passing game, but Justin Fields, with his athleticism, with his legs, avoided the sack there, rolled out to his left, and found a guy open down the field, delivered the accurate ball to him, which you absolutely love to see it, especially for Dante Pettis, who was like wide receiver number 5 or 6 a couple weeks ago. He stepped up when his name was called and made a big play there, even though he was wide open, to get into the end zone for the touchdown. So after that play, guys, all the momentum shifted to the Chicago Bears side, because after that we got a stop by the defense. We hit Trey Lance a couple times, forced a 4th and 1 punt, and when we got the ball back, the Bears offense kept on rolling. Okay, Luke Getsy opened up the playbook a lot more in the second half, a much less conservative game plan. We had a ball going to Byron Pringle down the right sideline for his first catch in the Bears uniform for about 22-ish yards. After that, Justin Fields scrambled on 3rd and 9. I think there was a holding penalty on that play though, so we ended up getting a first down on that play. A few carries from Monty, 1 for 6 yards, 1 for 3 yards. And then eventually we got the play action bomb from Fields to Equanimeous St. Brown, okay, coming over from the Green Bay Packers, barely playing with the Packers, already scores in his first game with the Chicago Bears for a I think it was the 18-yard touchdown where he was wide freaking open because the defense bit on that play action, partly because we kept on running the football so often in that game. So even though Getsy called a pretty conservative game plan with all those runs, that helped the Bears score on this play action, okay, because they were committing to the run on that play. So we take the lead 13-10, and then Eddie Jackson, feel like in 2018 right now, gets an interception, okay, on a ball which Trey kind of stared down his first read. So Eddie Jackson, being the veteran safety that he is, uses that to his advantage, jumps the route, and gets an easy pick and makes it go the other way for, I think it was like a 26-yard return to the San Francisco 21, which set up another Chicago Bears score on the very next drive. And I was so damn happy for Eddie Jackson because this guy has been hated on a lot by the Bears fan base. And yes, I get his play has not been the same the last 2 years, but I've always been somewhat of an Eddie Jackson defender because I feel like his potential still is the same. He still can be the safety he was back in 2018, back in 2017, back in 2019 if used properly in the right scheme. And this scheme is a match made in heaven for Eddie Jackson, okay? He can be a ball-hawking type of safety here and uses tremendous instincts to his advantage, okay? Eberflus stresses how important forcing turnovers are for a defense, okay? He uses the hits principle to talk about this, and I'm sure he's coaching up Eddie to be that safety he used to be back in 2018. If we get anything remotely close to 2018 Eddie, guys, this defense is going to be a lot better than people think it is right now. So hopefully this is the start of a bounce-back season by Eddie because that would be absolutely awesome for the entire Bears team. But after that pick, we get the ball at their 21, and then we get a nice carry from Khalil Herbert for 10 yards. We get a penalty on the 49ers defense, and then Herbert goes in for the touchdown eventually on that drive, which absolutely love to see that burst from him on that play. And we're up 19-10. Cairo Santos, by the way, missed 2 extra points in this game, and kickers around the NFL today had like a really bad day for some reason. Like there was a bunch of missed kicks, doinks in overtime. Like I don't know what happened with kickers today, but it was not a good day for them around the league. So hopefully that's not anything to be worried about. But we go up 19-10, and then after that it starts raining super freaking hard. Okay, the entire field is just covered with rain. It's like pouring as hard as it possibly can, and that makes it really hard for the 49ers offense to get anything going at that point. But our defense also did their job, okay? They held up in the back end, kept everything in front of them, and forced 2 turnovers on downs, which eventually ended the game. And after that, we got the slide by Justin Fields and the entire Bears offense and some other guys too, which I absolutely was going crazy about. Okay, to see your quarterback out there with this with his teammates celebrating a win like that, it's so special, and we haven't seen moments like that probably since 2018. I mean, the vibes in this game, the energy, it was all there for the first time since 2018. I'm not trying to say this team is going to be as good as it was in 2018 because obviously the talent is a little bit different, but I'm telling you guys, Eberflus is building a culture here with this team, and basically everybody is bought into this culture, and it's a tremendous sight to see. Okay, you love to see guys actually caring about their teammates and having fun out there on the football field. So overall, guys, what a win by the Chicago Bears. Obviously, it was pretty ugly in that first half. You want to see better performances from the Bears offense in that first half, but Justin Fields and the Bears offense completely made up for it in the second half with 3 touchdowns against a really strong defensive front. And I'm so proud of Justin Fields, guys, for putting aside that bad first half and playing a strong half of football in the second half and leading the Chicago Bears team to a victory. Wasn't pretty, but a win still counts, and we upset one of the top teams in the NFL, which you guys should be so super excited about. And next week, we got the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field on Sunday Night Football, and I honestly think we might have a chance in that game, okay? Maybe I'm being a little bit too optimistic now, but anything is possible with how tough this team is, how good the defense has been playing, and with how everybody seems completely bought in on this culture. And regarding the offense, guys, it's going to get better as time passes. I mean, this was game 1 in a brand new scheme with so many different players, and they put it all together in the second half. Hopefully, that carries over into the next game against the Green Bay Packers. But let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments down below. I cannot wait to watch some more football tonight, completely stress-free, because my team, the Chicago Bears, won. Let's freaking go. As always, bear down.